Hey guys, we're going to do a little video on our hatching of turkeys and chickens. This is a turkey. Let's see if I can get it in here without shining it too bright. You might be able to see him over there in the corner. He's not moving anymore. Oh, there he's poking up. These turkeys are white broad-breasted turkeys. These are the eggs from them. They're still laying even in November, and we take them and we incubate them, and then this is kind of the hatching chamber. We keep the humidity kind of high. It's a 72% for hatching, and to maintain a good high temperature for them. And this is just made, if anybody's interested on how to do it. That down there, over there in the corner, you can kind of see it's got the two wires going to it. That is a water heater thermostat that I got for $8 at Rural King, or any kind of local hardware or farm store should have it. It's kind of a low temperature setting. It's for 120 volt, or 110 I guess, depending on how you call it. But it's got a dial at the top of it, which I can go in the other incubator to show you how that works. So you kind of set it to work, and then you wire it, the hot leads, to this light over here, this light fixture, which is very cheap as well. It's maybe $1 for, each of these parts, including the light. And then, so the hot wire comes in, and it gets connected to either one of those terminals. Doesn't matter which one. And then you put another hot wire, the black one, over here to the brass connector, or the brass colored connector on this light, which serves as the hot connection. Then you take the white, which is the neutral, and you run it out of here, along with the wire that you brought in to connect to there. So I have the wire, I'll take the light here, the wire kind of goes up here. I wired it to a power cable from a computer, and it goes and plugs in. So you've got your white that comes in and connects directly to the light, your black cable that comes in, and it runs not to the light, but it first runs over here to that control, and then you run another black cable back to the light. So what happens is it monitors the temperature inside here and closes the circuit when it needs to heat it up. It needs to turn on the light. To activate the light, the temperature drops below a setting, you'll hear a click, and it closes the circuit. It opens it once it reaches a certain temperature, which down here you can't see it very well what I've got the temperature set to. But that's kind of how it works. So you dial in what temperature you want it to set, and you always want to put in a couple thermometers just to monitor it yourself to see what it's getting to. You want it to be around 100 degrees Fahrenheit, plus or minus a degree. It's preferably that you go cooler than 100 degrees during hatching, because they don't need as much heat while they're hatching. But you have to make sure during hatching, you can see it says 70% humidity down there, you keep the humidity up high, or else they'll dry out inside their shell and they won't hatch. They'll just die in there. There's the reason why I built this. Looks kind of janky, but I built this styrofoam one for hatching is because we still needed to come in here to turn eggs. And this is the big tank that we've got. I took an old stainless steel fridge unit, converted it over to an incubator, which I can open this up here to show you. We kept having to open it up, 2 or 3 times a day to turn eggs, and all of the humidity would come out and leave. So this is the setup that we've got. We got some chicken eggs that we've started in here as well, along with turkey eggs. So, and it's about time to turn them, and yeah, we do go in here every day and turn eggs. I know they make ones that make self-turners or whatnot, and I could always build one. It's not too tough to make one that turns, but there are other things that kind of have taken precedence over building that. This literally took me no more than an hour to not only retrofit this refrigerating unit over to being an incubator, but I also was able to install everything. So you don't have to have fans in them, from what I hear. But I just wired up an old cell phone charger. There's DC output, they all are DC output, and you know, we all have cell phone chargers, or we all do, that we don't use anymore because the cell phone's no longer necessary. So I just cut the leads off and hooked them up to the fans, and they just kind of always run. I've got a fan over here, a fan over there. This runs the same principle as the other tank, but now I can actually get close up on this piece here. It brings me good. Yeah, okay, that's a better picture. It's a water heater thermostat, and I just have this screwed into this stainless steel here with sheet metal screws, and it probably won't show you the actual temperatures, but it's literally just a screw on there that you turn that to set that to whatever temperature you want it to maintain, and we keep a thermometer in here to maintain monitoring of that temperature. So this is also a good explanation. I've got the power cord coming in. This is my first one that I built, so I didn't kind of make it all look pretty. So you can see the power cord's coming in. The black goes to the thermostat, and then you send a black lead all the way to the light. But the white lead goes directly from the power cord, and I wire netted it because I didn't have a long enough white neutral cable, and that runs to the light as well. So it kicks on whenever it needs to. And this is just a 65 watt or a 70 watt light. You don't need much. So, and that closes back up and latches and maintains a good temperature in there. And we've hatched, I mean, this all looks like it wouldn't work, but we've hatched over 40 turkeys within the past few months with this thing. We've got 2 hens and a tom, a male, and from those 2 hens we've hatched over 40 birds. Probably quite a bit more than that. We're selling some for Thanksgiving. People have already reserved them, and we're sold out for ones that are ready for Thanksgiving, but we have plenty available for Christmas. So other than that, that's kind of how we built it. If you have birds and you've got a male and some females and they're laying eggs, kind of monitor them to see whether or not they are breeding at all. You know, it's not tough to determine whether or not they're breeding. Just spend a little time around them and you'll know. And then you just kind of take those eggs and put them in the incubator. And I wish that this guy would just pop out of his shell so that I could have a awesome end to this video, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, but he'll be out of there tomorrow and just kind of waddling around in here. You don't have to put them directly in a brooder. They can stay in here for 24 hours while they kind of dry, and it's a good idea to let them dry for a bit because they're a little bit, you know, got wet fur on them and stuff, and they look super cute when they're dry anyway. So then they go out to a brooder and get fed and fatten up for the dinner table. So this is how you build an incubator, and hopefully this is helpful. It's very inexpensive to build, as I explained. The most expensive part is the $8 thermostat that I got. So do it. You will enjoy the process, especially if you have children. Kids really love to kind of see how this all works out. So thanks for watching, and more videos will be coming. Tomorrow I'll be heading out to where the cattle are and show you the hay feeder that we built out of wood pallets. So thanks for watching.